Hey everyone, I'm back with another review. Here's going to be first of a series I like to call Talking Japanese Plastic. Because I buy a lot of talking Japanese plastic. I honestly do. At least nowadays. Anyway, as you can see, we're starting off with the Gaburevolver from, let's see if I can get this pronunciation right. Kyoryuger? I believe that's right. Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger. The latest Super Sentai series out of Japan, for those of you who aren't aware, the Super Sentai series, the costumes, the robots, a lot of the footage gets brought over to America and repurposed, chopped up and such, so to make the Power Ranger series. So these guys you'll see in a couple of years. You should see this thing, an American release of it with whatever the heck they'll call the American version of the show. But I guess we'll, have the packaging here. May as well do a quick little start. It looks awesome. I love just the design for everything. It's chunky and angular, and you've got spikes all over things. Actually, with the way this works, it's probably supposed to be teeth. Here's the bottom of the box. Got a nice shot of everyone. The rear showing you all the fun stuff that it can do. One side. Other side. Aha! That's what I wanted to show. I like the top. It's got the 5 main guys and the pattern continues up. Appreciate it. With Gaburincho, which is something like Chompa Chomp. It gets weird to translate. And here we have the good old Gaburevolver. I love this thing. It feels nice in your hand. It feels a little small at the handle, but that's what you're going to deal with on a roleplay weapon. They're like that. Also comes with 2 Judenchi, beast batteries. We have number 1, Gabutira. See him there in his chargy state. The picture actually glows in the dark, the actual dinosaur part. And you brave in, it flips around, and you've got the sparkly, about to be used version, the powered up version, I guess. Put him there. Also comes with number 14, Stymero. And I gotta say, I love these little things. I thought they don't feel as cheap as I expected them to. They've got a nice heft to them. And I don't know, I just really like these little guys. I like the design of them. They're pretty well done. Oh, and we'll show you the sparkly side. No, let's do that when I put it down. So they don't do a lot on their own. So we'll get on to the main attraction here. The Gaburevolver. I mean, look at that thing. It's great. It's awesome. We'll start with power button over here. You can see the barrel lit up. Barrel spins. Not the barrel, the chamber, I guess. I forget the exact name right now. But yeah, that spins on its own. Looks nice. But it doesn't do a whole lot. You get a firing sound, of course, when you pull the trigger. Nothing happens when you hold it. There's no rapid fire or anything like that. And the way everything interacts is everything in Kyoryuger chomps something. It's the guns eat things. The Zords eat things. Well, they're not Zords. They're I forget their names right now. But you know what I mean. So, to open it, on the show they just hit this and the front pops up. On the toy, you have to hit this little guy. Nope. You have to hit this little guy in here. When you pull that down, and he opens up. Trigger doesn't do anything in this mode. We've got, kind of get a good view. Might be hard to tell in there, but there's little readers for the beast batteries. You see how on the ends of them are these different array of posts? That's how the reader gimmick works, or how it reads them. Now, what can we do with this? Let's start off with Gaburevolver. We'll show you henshin. Bottom one is always, you think of that as like slot 1. That's the main one. That's whatever's in there on its, if you put something in there on its own, you'll henshin. And put one on the top on its own, nothing happens. It might have an error noise. We'll check that in a second. You hold the thing down. Now, so many reviewers I see just close it. I'm not going to do that because that's how it always works on the show. They always just slam it down. You can see it says Gaburincho, which is the chompa chomp noise, and Gaburevolver, the name of the thing. Now, pull off a henshin. And it does the crazy samba noise. And if if you haven't seen the show, they actually do a quick little dance, point it at the sky, then pull the trigger to henshin. And the noise doesn't change really depending on who you change into. It doesn't really matter. It only gives you a different noise for the beginning of it. Still fires now. Nothing really changes there. But you can insert a second Zyuden into the upper slot. Again, close her up. Hold the back trigger down. Said both names there, Gaburevolver and Stimero. Oh crap! I didn't show off the lone special attack. Hold on a sec, let's do that. There are 2 little buttons here, and it might be kind of hard to make out and get the lighting right on them, but when you actually have it, you can see they have markings so you know which one you're ejecting. So you just pop them down, and it spits it out. That is the special attack noise. You spin the barrel to get that going. Now for all of them it says Vamala. The Gaboom is specific to having Gaburevolver in there. So yeah, let's throw the other one in there and do that special attack. Because they will combine. Again, it says both names. Spin the barrel to get the special attack going. You can hear it had the additional sound for Stimero, which I believe is Metalone or Metalone, depending on how you feel like romanizing it. Another thing is, when you've got 2 in there, you can also Mechamucha. And what they normally do is they hold this in the left hand and then spin it down the length of their arm. And their right arm gets all armored up and some sort of weird weapon on the end. You know, they've got like a shield, no, not a sword, but like a, I know Red has the Tyrannosaurus chompy thing. But yeah, that's how they get their individual like melee weapons in a slightly armored up form. Let's see. What else are we going to do with this guy? Well, you can pop both guys out. Show you the other side. So yeah, henshin works for that. Power up attack. And there's Stimero's individual attack noise. And it seems to have slightly different tones for the attacks, depending on whether they're on the top or bottom chamber there. On its own, aside from, having other beast batteries, the Judenchi, that's about all this guy can do. So I'm going to put him off to the side for a second, and we'll get something else out to show you. Or rather, the box first. That's right. As well as the Gaburevolver, I picked up the Gaburicalibur. Because honestly, if you buy one, just buy both of them. I mean, you should really order the two of them as a set, and you'll see why in a second. You see the big old box. Showing that off. The nice little group shot there. Got Red operating it, showing off again everything, all the delightful stuff on the back. Bottom's got a nice long shot of everyone wielding it in their own little styles. You can see Green's got his, his specific trained grip and everything. I know I don't have a box reveal to flip it away, but I didn't feel like doing this in 2 videos, so we're doing it all in one. And here we go. Here is the Gaburicalibur. Let's see. It's roughly as long as my entire arm, which is pretty good for a roleplay weapon, even though, as often happens, the blade's really only this dinky little thing. But really, it scales pretty well. It feels okay in the hand, though this feels a little bit short. These are designed for children and or just Japanese people in general, who are not quite as big as us Americans. So this feels a little tight with this little thing down here, but it actually works pretty well. Let's get this thing turned on. Power switch is on here. I want to get that eye in. Now that's the only lights on this are just the eye, and surprisingly, instead of taking like AAAs or something, it's just got a couple of button cell batteries in here. There we go. Nice shot of it. It's just one sound effect, doesn't really do anything special for one way or the other. Let's see, I should have a beast battery for him. Oh, you know what? I left it in him. Give me a second. He also comes with beast battery number 15, Alumaris. There we go. Braven. And there's his nice shiny bits. So on its own, the sword doesn't really do anything. Do that. I like the design of it and all. The only real complaint I have is, I'm going to turn the sound off just so that it doesn't keep going off, is, now, I'm not using it as a, I'm not running around pretending I'm a Kyoryuger. But that's what the toy's designed for. Can you hear that? That weird little click? It's because the joint in here doesn't really, or the clip in here doesn't really hold it at all. So if you were to ever try and like swing it, it's just going to do this, which is a little annoying. But it's forgivable considering where it all goes. Let's see, turn him back on. And like everything, of course, he can chomp on a beast battery. Open this up. Let's see, can we get a good shot at all? Kind of. There's no actual reader in there. There's just a switch so that it knows a beast battery is in there, a Judenchi's in there. Doesn't matter which one you put in there. It'll all react the same for all of them. See, it doesn't say a name or anything, just Gaburincho. And once you've got that done, you can get a special sword strike with this little guy up here. The standard special attack noise. And that's it, really. It doesn't do anything besides that. You've got that, you've got the turning on noise, and you've got that right there. In fact, I'm actually going to turn it off right now. Because we don't need the batteries. We don't need the lights and sounds on it for anything else. But it does combine with the Gaburevolver. Flip that up. Actually, before I do that, you're going to flip this down. This right here is a button. So you hold that in. You can flip this all the way around. There's a little clip in there. Well, there's a clip down here, and there's a little posty John type clip for that. So that clips in right there. Flip that around, and you can see that this is now forming a complete big open crazy mouth. He's got barrels in the front. He combines with our good little Gaburevolver. The only thing you have to do for the Gaburevolver, let me see, is it still on? Yeah, it's still on. Just do that. It doesn't matter if there's any Zyuden in there at all. You can have them empty. You don't need Zyuden in any of these for this to work. And see, you got this little guy down here. See the little, like, T there? And we've got a corresponding slot on there. They go together, and also it's going to clip in at the, up in here, at the twin barrels up top. And they'll pop onto these two guys back here. I always get it lined up on the bottom first, and then you get a nice little noise signifying the combination. And this feels awesome. This looks great on a shelf. You feel like such a badass holding it. It's got two basic modes. Like a rapid fire. And it's got more of a shotgun style. Now here you got two different noises, Vamala, Mucha. It'll keep saying Mucha until you go back to doing until you do the machine gun style fire again. So if you keep doing this, you're just going to get Muchas. But if you go back to regular fire, so as long as you do a single shot or a quick little burst or something, you can get back to the Vamala again. Kind of resets the counting. Barrel doesn't, or the chamber doesn't do anything when it spins, unfortunately. And that's the end of combined mode, at least that we've seen for now, unless they've got some other crazy crap. But that's about it. But I don't know what it is, but I can't recommend this thing enough. I mean, the show's really fun and off the wall, and it's been a good time, but this thing is, it's just great. It's just a cool little figure, and I really enjoy, well, not figure, toy, weapon, what have you. And it's awesome. I love the dinosaur design. I love just the general design of it. It's this big honking dinosaur shotgun now. That's pretty awesome in my book. Alright, guys. So that's that. My first episode of Talking Japanese Plastic is done. At least my first review for it. It's the Gaburevolver and the Gaburicalibur from Zyuden Sentai. Quiet you. Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger. Yeah, that's right. Kyoryuger. Well, I'll see you guys in the next review. Have a good one.